Copy, and we have suspended. Heritage delay check. Heritage delay passing 1,000 hard on it.
The position of the traffic count. Right base, runway 12, landing 1. And Heritage Blue, push up 1207.
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SydSquad live show here today. Fortunately, we got crept on a little bit early by some of the movements. We didn't get a chance to say hello, but we are here. We just didn't want to talk during the displays, but they're pretty quiet at the moment anyway. A little bit far back, but here we go. I'll do a quick introduction after these movements, but did just want to introduce my good mate Dougie, who's standing with me. Dougie, you there, mate?
G'day everyone. I'm with Curdy this morning at Newcastle, Nobbys Beach.
Happy to be here.
Pulled out an absolute stunner, so...
Yeah, you could have put on better weather, I tell you. What are we looking at, Dougie?
So here's a World War II Hudson bomber. It's based on the Electro aircraft, the airliner back in the 1930s. This is the only airworthy one remaining in the world today, so it's quite a special sight to see this flying today.
Wow, so only one of its kind in the world.
That's right.
Looks like they have a very predictable flight path here in the box.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, what a view coming around the lighthouse up there at the northern end of Nobbys Beach. Spectacular.
In from the rear, the Supermarine Spitfire.
Right, right base runway 16, Heritage Blue.
That sound.
I'll tell you what, that's a good way to start things, I tell you.
That V12 Merlin engine from Rolls-Royce, one of the best sounding engines I think that's out there, to be fair.
Wow, they're so small in the sky, and it's hard to track them, I tell you.
Yeah, they're hard to follow.
And I got to say, it's the peak of the day out here at the moment. It is super bright as well. Looking at the back of a camera screen's a little bit difficult. But we'll do our best. How good is the sound, though?
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Navigation direct for 6000 and that's got 11. Request approximately one hold in for redhead, 76 Mustang. Oh, one will go.
Squadron with the F-35.
Oh, happy days.
Tower, Blue 3, Mustang, Stockton Bridge.
All right, come on in here, Dougie. Let's let's say hello to everybody while we're here.
Official approach, right base, runway 12.
There we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the SydSquad live show. It's Kurt and Doug. Hey, geez, you're a lot taller than me, mate. I gotta get some height.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Nobbys Beach, mate.
Oh, it's a great morning out here this morning, and great to start off with some historical warbirds.
Yeah, actually, indeed. And what have we got coming up next? The F-35.
Yeah, I think I heard over the radio before they'd like to do a hold over Redhead, and then they'll be inbound.
Now, Redhead, now I've got to get my bearings because I don't know Redhead.
I
Where are
think
we?
Redhead's down that way.
They've just imported me here today to cover the show. No, I'm kidding. Look, here we go. Let's just get us off the screen because that's not an F-35.
Comes an English Electric Canberra bomber.
All right, hang on here. We just got to... the Canberra bomber is back. The Redhead's to the south of Nobbys Beach, yeah. I gotcha. Okay, so to give you the geography, we're standing on Nobbys Beach now here at Newcastle, which is the northernmost beach on the Newcastle sort of peninsula per se.
Yeah, before you cross the harbour.
Before you cross the harbour to the Stockton side, right? And as you can see, what we're looking at now, we're looking to the north up the beach to the lighthouse. There's a lighthouse there. It doesn't look like there's anybody up there, which is a bit of a shame. That would have been a great place to perch ourselves today.
It wouldn't have been, actually.
And then if we have a look down the main beach here and then go all the way down looking to the south, you can see we've got stacks and stacks of people lined up here on the beach. And this is reminding me a little bit of the Pacific Airshow up in the Gold Coast. Now, up there is your premium viewing up at Fort Scratchley. And some premium viewing on those decks as well. And then I think that's your media centre down there.
Yeah, that's all the RAAF command hub over there, so that's where they're organising and running the show.
Rightio. Now, Dougie, what have you got in terms of the history about where this air show's sort of come from and what it's all about? Or is this the first time that we've done something like this in Newcastle?
Yeah, so this is the first for Newcastle. They usually had air shows over at Williamtown at the RAAF base, but the last one happened there was about 13 years ago, so I think they wanted to do something. They saw how successful the Gold Coast one was, and they just wanted to put on a show.
I think they got jealous in a way.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they got jealous in a way.
They didn't want to be outdone by the Yanks.
Yeah. only the few Yanks that did come. So they're calling this the Newcastle Williamtown Air Show. So do we know if this is going to become a bit of an annual thing, or is it just sort of we don't know?
Well, yeah, we're not sure at the moment, but judging by the crowd that's come this morning, it's turning out to be quite the success. So we might be seeing this again in the future.
Fingers crossed.
And we are now at Mustang Hornet. I'm going to be rolling to the claim frequency in about 3 minutes.
Almost looks like a bat in the sky.
Yeah, so high altitude bomber is this aircraft's role. Just go up high and try to stay out of the reach of all the other fighters below it. Which it did very well.
Now, we've got a range of aircraft that are supposed to be on show today. Now, if you have a look at the bottom of your screen, their ticker taping parade past us as well. But just sort of give you a heads up of what we've got coming in on today's we've got two flying displays at the moment. and there's one that we're in at the moment, which is 10:30 local time till 10 a.m. local time till 12:30. And then the second one will take place, the second show will take place at 1:30 p.m. and will go to 4 o'clock. So what kick-started the show today was a couple of aircraft from the 100 Squadron at RAAF there, some historic aircraft. We do have the CT4 Wirraway, the Wedgetail Hudson, the Mustang, the Spitfire, and then obviously the Canberra. Up next is the F-35 Lightning II. We're looking also to have the Spartan. The Roulettes are coming in as well. The Wedgetail, Poseidon. Which one are you looking forward to most, Doug?
Oh, the fast jets are definitely my favourite, but I have a soft spot for the E7 Wedgetail, so...
Well, you won't have to wait too long for that. Now, when you say the fast jets, are we talking F-35 or something with the 1.8 in their name?
Yeah, that's right. So today we're going to have, obviously, the F-35 that everyone's been talking about. We've got 2 aircraft down from Amberley as well. The F-18 Super Hornet and the E-18G Growler. Now,
they'll be closing off the show on both occasions, but if we just pick up where we left, we had the Poseidon, we've got the Pilatus PC-21, which is it's the trainer, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's the aircraft used by the Roulettes.
And then we've got the KC-30, which is a heavily modified A330, and then the P-3C Orion, or Orion, rather.
A pretty rare aircraft to see flying around these days. I think we only have one left.
Excitingly, for the second show today, which is going to be on a different, it's going to be on this channel, but it's going to be on a different show because there's an hour break in between, and I don't want to have everyone hanging around for an hour doing not much. What's going to headline that show is Matt Hall. He's actually
that's right, the local boy.
The local boy, Matty Hall. He hails from Lake Macquarie, doesn't he?
Yep, that's where he's based out of. Him and his crew. He'll be flying today in his MX SR.
So expect to see a very similar display to that of what we caught on the Gold Coast show a couple of months ago. And so we're absolutely looking forward to that. So that one will kick-start proceedings this afternoon at 1:30. Matt Hall. So he won't feature in the first episode of the air show. The only difference, I think, was from the original list that they put out was that we're missing the C-130.
Yeah, I think so.
And the C-17. Which I'm a little bit bummed and a little bit down on regarding the missing C-130. Actually, having seen that up there, and it is a crowd favourite, isn't it? But that's all right. Yeah, so Dougie, mate, really nice to have you join us here today, and appreciate you coming down and hanging out with the old SydSquad fan bam.
Yeah, it's good to be down here, finally catching up.
Yeah, finally meeting you. I've known Dougie for I'd say a good couple of years. Yeah, maybe a year or two now on the old flight sim through VATSIM. And he got into my DMs and said, "Are you coming up to Newcastle? We've got the air show. You got to come and catch up." And I said, "Yeah, all right, we'll do that." So here we are. I did just want to say big special thanks to all of our regular SydSquad viewers for joining us here today, and everybody that's new that's tuned into the show. Welcome. And thank you so much for hanging out with us today at Nobbys Beach in Newcastle. So what do they call this? Is this the mid-north coast or what?
This is the Hunter Coast.
So this is the Hunter Coast. All right, I got to get my geography right. Like I said, they've just imported me for the day. I'm typically only down there in Sydney for anything aviation related. So this is something a little bit new for me. But we're out here capturing the air show today on the SydSquad live channel, the chilled back family-friendly live stream. And wow, I tell you what, you couldn't have put on a better day. The weather's terrible, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's blowing a gale and it's freezing.
It is actually blowing a little bit, but it's not freezing, I can tell you that much. But yeah, big shout out to everybody that's already in the chat dropping membership renewals and super chats and things like that. Today we're running the SydSquad light setup, so we're not running the fully featured show where we're able to bring all those things up onto the screen. Obviously there's no obligation for anybody to go and make those contributions, but if you feel that way necessary, we'd love them all the same. As I always say to the viewers, I always get there into the to the chat after the show, and I love to read up and catch up on everything that's everyone's posted throughout the show, so we'll do that as well. And I'm sure I've got to say a big special shout out to all the moderators who are there in the chat as well, who are looking after things and keeping it nice and family friendly for you and civil there in the chat.
We love our mod squad over here.
We do love our mod squad, so big shout out to them. And what I will say is the regular SydSquad show with all the features will be back later this week. So make sure you consider subscribing to the channel if you're just new to the show, and we'd love to have your company on the next one. And also don't forget to give today's show a bit of a thumbs up as well. Now there are 2 shows today, so just be mindful that this show is only going for 2.5 hours. So we'll be stopping at about 12:30 local time. The clock is up there on screen, so you can see that. And then we'll be starting a second show at 1:30 p.m. and then we'll do it all again. Now, the flying display is pretty much a repeat from start to finish. The only addition is going to be Matt Hall in the second show, so keep a lookout for that, which will be exciting. And obviously...
We're just rounding Fort Scratchley now. We've got a combination flight. This is the Mustang and the F-35.
All right, yes, let's get into it, shall we? So yes, the moderators will make sure you've got plenty of food and drink there in the lounge. That was quite the nice flyby, actually, and quite cool to see them in formation as well.
Yeah, it's always good to old meet new, I guess. They're brand spanking new too.
F-35's at idle, no doubt.
Oh yeah, he'll be sitting around there somewhere to try and not overtake that Mustang. Formation splits apart, the Mustang will head back to Williamtown, and now begins the F-35 solo handling display.
Mustang, Stockton joining. Visual approach, right base, 1-2, Mustang.
sorry. These aircraft, the F-35, originally started delivery to Australia in 2017. It's powered by a Pratt & Whitney F135 afterburning turbofan, which spits out somewhere in the range of 43,000 pounds of thrust when that afterburner's lit. It's quite a substantial bit of power. Right, we'll see Bunga, the name of the display pilot today, sets up with his landing gear deployed for a dirty pass. Oh yeah. If everyone looks carefully on this pass, as he comes past at the underbelly, the weapons bay doors will be open. This allows the expulsion of weapons to increase We see Bunga repositioning aircraft now to the north. They'll be slowing it down a bit to increase the angle of attack, so the nose will be high. There'll be a nice slow pass.
Thank you for playing. Wow. Dougie, what do you say? Oh, I got you on mute there. Sorry, buddy.
There we go. We're back. Yeah, what an absolutely amazing display that was.
Unreal. Unreal.
Probably do a quick pass for the guys sitting over at Stockton and just follow the foreshore up towards Stockton Bridge.
Where did he go? Is he up the northern end? Is he? Yeah, okay, cool. There we go.
Yeah, just make his way up the harbour. Duck under. Non-stop action here this morning.
Well, I tell you what, if that's anything to go by for the second show, I tell you what, we're ready. Next up should be our C-27J Spartan. Yeah, now this is what you're looking forward to, Dougie. Is that right?
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I'm a big fan of all military aircraft, so it's kind of a blessing to see any of them flying because. Not much down on the Central Coast. I have to travel an hour or so to get anywhere.
Very good.
Should be just about to pass the heads at Fort Scratchley there.
It's inbound. Yeah, you got it. Here we go. This is more my pace.
Yes.
I'm joking, mate. Too funny. Yeah, the old F-35, well, that's not old at all, is pretty tricky to keep a hold of.
It should keep you on your toes, that's for sure.
A great display.
G'day, how's it going? That's what you're more used to there, Kurt. The gear and flaps out going nice and slow.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're talking. We're back. That just gives you a wide perspective. You can see how far away they actually are.
hold, 5,000, remain clear, tower 8 knots, 750. 750 will go. And 750, we're happy to accept the descent now. That's 50 request 3,000. Already decent 3,000 into the hold for those 3,000, that's 50. Approach flight cat 11, 2,500 climbing 3,000, runway 10 into affirm. Flight 11. Flight cat 11 affirm. 5,000 black and 11. Minus 4,000 black and 11. We're full maintaining 3,000.
It's like doing yoga.
Certainly getting our workouts done today. It's the I suppose the disadvantage of being right in the middle of where they're doing the air show, but also it comes with look, we don't want to be anywhere else. This is it. The Pyrotechnics was a bit of a nice surprise there as well, which is good. And perhaps something to keep an eye out for the second show.
Absolutely.
Now missing the C-130. I don't mind so much anymore, Dougie.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nice surprise having that flare done.
We are 2.6 climbing up for 3.5 heading northbound.
Realize much this week. This is the same as we followed with it.
Dougie, next up, looks like we might have the Roulettes, and they'll be coming in probably from the south. Sorry, from the west, I imagine. And then straight over the top is what my guess will be. See if they surprise us like they did in on the Gold Coast, yeah. So we just got to keep an eye out for that.
To Exton Bridge, November. Remaining to the west of the highway, looking for it now.
What a great view up there, down to the southern end of Nobbys Beach there with Fort Scratchley. And, wow, there must be thousands of people down there. Are you up here often, Dougie?
Not too often, but it's always nice to come up here.
And here we go, the Roulettes coming in from the west as predicted. Let's go. Now, if anyone's wondering why I can't get that high, it's because the tripod won't go that high. They're pretty much right overhead, but here we go. Wonder if today's just going to be a 4-ship Roulettes display.
Actually, it's usually a flight of 6 aircraft with a seventh member of the group to commentate the display.
Approach, figure we are over the runway, the highway now. Is this correct? Now to head, I see the bridge now, the right side. From the bridge direct to ANA, and from ANA we descend to 5,500. Remaining 3.5.
Hey, sorry, formation change there from box to backwards T.
1000.
This formation here, the leader will go inverted, and number 4 will start doing corkscrews around the right and left of the formation. This one's called the corkscrew.
Center 133.3, where's that one? We'll go. Lieutenant, g'day, Westpac 1 with you, 1,500.
Booyah. And just like that, they're out the door. Happy days. Well, that's the second time this year that I've seen the Roulettes put on an amazing display. And if I hang around for the second show, Dougie, it's going to be 3 times. Actually, 4 times. But 2 shows up there on the Gold Coast, rather.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Looks like they might be coming around the Northern Head Lighthouse for another pass, or going down the lane through the Stockton.
Yeah, and just behind them you see the KC-30 departing out of Williamtown.
Now, whereabouts am I looking to pick him up?
They'll be just over the green at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, yeah, got him. So KC-30 is airborne. Nice. So he's probably going to go miles out and then come back around, I guess.
Yeah, so just to the southeast we've got the 2 737 airframes, the E7 and the P8 just holding it somewhere above 1,000 feet. You see the lights there of the E7 just off the coast, so...
That's above 3.5 on the coastal route northbound. Hotel Romeo November.
So we're just keeping our eye to the south, and it's the E7 Alpha Wedgetail is next up on the list of aircraft to be flying. Behind them is the P8 Alpha Poseidon, and then the Pilatus PC-21 trainer, so very similar to the Roulettes. And still plenty more action to come here on the Newcastle Williamtown Airshow today, Saturday the 18th of November. You tuned in live to SydSquad. We're hosting the live show here today up on Nobbys Beach, which is the northern beach on the mainland, or the northernmost part of the peninsula here at Newcastle. And something a little bit different for SydSquad. We're normally not out here photographing or shooting air shows, but I tell you what, it's a lot of fun to be out here and capturing all the action and seeing what they get up to here in Newcastle. Now, I've got to say, it is very similar to that of the Pacific Air Show. Doug, did you catch much of the Pacific Air Show?
Yeah, I wasn't up there for the show, but I was definitely on the stream looking along, watching all the displays and tuning in.
I wonder whether this could be something that we look at for future years.
Absolutely, I definitely hope it's something they bring back next year. So
indeed,
they've got my vouch.
Ticket of approval there from Dougie. Yeah, so the first of its kind in Newcastle, and actually the first for Pacific Airshow as well this year. I think they've signed a five-year deal to return and have the Airshow on the Gold Coast again. So hopefully the RAAF keep getting jealous of what they're doing up there on the Gold Coast and say, all right, we'll one better you. We'll do another one up here.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's a lot of fun. Did just want to say a special thanks to everybody who's tuning into the live coverage today here at SydSquad.com.au. It's a little bit of a breakaway from our regular show that you might normally be used to down at Sydney Airport or at the Gold Coast. I've got to say we're out here enjoying the sunshine today out at Newcastle, and my name is Kurt and I'm hanging out here with Doug. He's helping me do a bit of co-hosting today, and so go easy on him. But he's a more military man, so that's why I've got him here, because I don't do a lot of the military stuff. I normally just like to sit back, watch and enjoy it and admire it, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
But having somebody here with a little bit more knowledge than me about the topic is always beneficial for the viewers, of course. Yeah, look, we're out here shooting the breeze. Literally, it is quite breezy, but it is absolutely steaming out. So for all you foreigners, just enjoy the beautiful scenes here today. The magic weather that Australia is always putting it on. Local time now is 11:25. Now we're going to be into the hour of power in a minute, as we might normally commonly refer to it on the Sydney show, and so we're going till about 12:30 local time, and then this show will stop, and then we'll have an hour's break, and then we'll start the second show, which will actually be a repeat of the first show. Yeah, indeed. But we're not going anywhere. We're here for the long haul, so we're going to capture it all, and we're going to bring it to you live on the SydSquad YouTube channel. Big shout out to our friends at the City of Newcastle Council for hosting the SydSquad fan bam here today on
Newcastle
Nobbys.
and Port Stephens Council as well. I think they were a part of it.
There you go. And they're hosting the SydSquad family here on Nobbys Beach today, North Nobbys Beach. And as we can see just down to the south there now, it looks like we've got our
E7 turning in, I think, from what I can see.
Yeah, it's not the KC. It needs a little bit more right bank, and then we can actually see it.
Yeah,
you would have just seen it go through behind the Fort Scratchley there. And so we're going to have that on screen in just a minute. But yeah, another special shout out to our Little Wings partners, which is the charity of choice. The details are rolling along the bottom of the screen there, where you can capture all that information. Head on over to SydSquad.com.au, where you can pick up some Little Wings SydSquad merchandise, and just know that all the proceeds from that is going straight to charity. So you'll be supporting an absolute amazing cause there. Children's charity Little Wings down at Bankstown, which SydSquad is in partnership, and we just couldn't be more proud to be partnering with them together. All right, we're going to hand it back over to the action now and get our ugly mugs off the screen, and we're going to catch up with the next bit of the flying display here, which is the E7 Alpha Wedgetail, just coming in over Fort Scratchley now to the south. Let's enjoy this one together. Here we go.
Miles under the boundary, so no free stage through there. Thank you. I'll lift that one. Thank you.
Obviously quite similar to some of the aircraft types. It's like the 737-700, bit of a flat up there from the Wedgetail as well.
Wow, all the surprises today. Yes. I'll tell you what, you're going to have to come back for the second show, because we might be more prepared next time. Now, for those of you smashing me on my camera skills, that's okay. I can cop that. I'm not hugely experienced in tracking these military aircraft, especially unexpected military aircraft movements. The regular SydSquad show that you're all akin to will return later this week back home at Sydney Airport. But you know what? We don't care. We're just out here having a bit of fun and enjoying what we see.
Bit of fun in the sun.
I will take all the surprises we get, so you can do a Pyrotechnics display anytime. I was almost anticipating one there, you know, right over the crowd.
Yeah, that would have been nicer.
Now, it is to be said that it is rare to see these aircraft flying, you know, around your mainstream cities. So to be catching these glimpses today of the aircraft on display from the RAAF, it's just magic. You know where these guys are based, Doug?
Yeah, so this is E7 with number 2 squadron based up at Williamtown, just up the road. So it wasn't a very far journey for him to get here today.
Oh, well, there you go. Home ground, home ground. So they say that's based on the 737-700 series aircraft. The Wedgetail's been modified for modern battleship, battle space rather. Simultaneous tracking of airborne and maritime targets is made possible through the addition of an advanced Northrop Grumman multi-role electronically scanned array radar. Could have just said a radar.
Yeah, well, it's different to some of the other radars you might have seen, like the flying discs on top of the E3s that operate in Europe.
Yeah, this is true.
This one doesn't have any moving parts to it. It is all electronic.
First flight, 11, flight 300.
Dragon Type 6 requesting to maintain 2 distance topic.
So there you go. The Wedgetail combines long-range surveillance radar, secondary radar, and tactical strategic voice and data comms systems to provide an airborne early warning and control platform. So there you go.
That's right. It's like having a control tower in the skies.
Sorry, Tower 750, Stockton Bridge, passing 1,200 on climb 1,500.
So assuming that was their final pass, keeping our eyes to the south now for the P8 Alpha Poseidon, which is the Australia's proven multi-mission maritime patrol aircraft. There you go. It's the number 92 wing. Currently commands 12 of these aircraft. Operated.
It comes now over the ocean bars.
Indeed, it does.
750, request on 3,100. 2,500.
Nice and low above the water, just what this aircraft was made to do in search and rescue role, looking for capsized vessels and all that sort of stuff. Look just after the landing gear, you'll see the weapons bay door open. This is where they can drop out sonobuoys and life rafts in the case of they are needing to rescue people from vessels that have come under unfortunate circumstances.
5,150.
As we look to the water, we can see it's dropped one of its sonobuoys, releasing a bit of smoke so it can be visible to all aircrew. Or life draft, should I say. You don't really want to see the position of a sonobuoy.
Okay, yeah, right turn and then
Shoot up the harbour.
boot up the harbour, and then possibly the KC30 coming in next. We are due to have the PC21 in between though, so I wonder if they've going to slot them in or reposition. We will see.
Yeah, so this aircraft, the P8, replacing the AP3C Orion at 11 and 292 squadron down in Edinburgh, Adelaide. What a shot that is.
Brilliant. Well, yeah, it's to be seen actually if it's the PC21 is next on the list. See if they make their way in, or we're going to see the KC30 Alpha, the multi-role tanker, which is number 8 on the list for this part of the show. Beyond them is the Alpha Papa 3 Charlie Orion, and then after them we're going to have the closeout of the first show with the F-18 Foxtrot, the Super Hornet, and the EA-18G Growler. And I tell you what, I'm hanging out for those two, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely.
That's going to be certainly the display. And don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. All eyes are peeled to the sky at the moment while you guys are looking at Nobbys Beach and the surf club pretty much there on the main camera, and all the beautiful people from around all New South Wales coming out here to enjoy the show down here at Newcastle today. A big shout out to everybody there in the chat, chatting away. And as I mentioned earlier, a regular full-featured show will return to our screens here at SydSquad later this week. You're just tuning into the Airshow edition today, which doesn't allow us to feature any of the super chats and the membership renewals and things like that. But feel free to drop them in there as you please. Never any obligation, as you know. And yeah, well, what's going on there in the chat? Who we got? Where's Broogies here? G'day, mate. Henry Tax there. Peter Arnold is here in the show. Canadian Giant, welcome. Blue Dog 10. Null's here. G'day, Kirsten Mills and Lady Cat looking after things. Love you, ladies there. Michael Argent's here. G'day, guys. Peter Arnold, welcome. Pete. Ross Huntington, g'day, mates. G'day, Eric. Brisbane Aviation Trains is here as well. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. Alvanor 293, hello, welcome. Craig Russell's here. Johnny Gibson, oi. I trust Johnny to be here. Love it. Sean Lindsell is here. G'day, Shawnee. So it looks like we're going to have the trainer come in. Is that right, Doug?
Yeah, looks like it.
Jimmy Jet's here. G'day, Jimmy Jet. Welcome to the show. Chris Cotton is here. G'day, Chris. It's a Reactos here. Karen Glenn. Hello, Karen. How are you?
Lots of familiar names in there.
Yeah, Sarah Dill's even here. G'day, Sarah. How are you? Gary Suha. G'day, Gary. Welcome to the show. Hey, Josh Aldrich. G'day, Josh. Big shout out to Addison King. He's not only there in the chat, but is here in person as well. But now it's time to capture the tiny.
This one's going to be tough for you, Kurt.
It is. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Well, let's have a geezer.
We saw this aircraft before. It's the primary training aircraft for the Royal Australian Air Force. It's the PC-21. Amazing to think that new pilots will jump out of the officer training school down at East Sale and hop straight into one of these as their first aircraft they might have flown ever.
Now, East Sale is down in Victoria.
That's right, it's in the Gippsland region down in Victoria.
Catch up, Kurt.
As I said before, it's the primary training aircraft for the Air Force, but also the Army and the Navy for our helicopter pilots.
Actually, I did read that. I found that quite interesting.
It is cool. They start off on the fixed wing and then go to the rotary wing after. So that negative G pushover, all the blood will be rushing to his head. We look at those smoke trails, those rings made by the wingtips. They're pretty special.
And away it goes. How cool's that? That's a great view as it rips around the bend like that.
Love to see if they've got any cameras inside.
Yeah, no doubt they will. The Air Force are, don't mind pumping their own, or tooting their own horn. Maybe some cockpit camera work to pop up on Facebook later today or tomorrow, which could be a little bit of fun. Oh, wow. Oh, KC 30 time. What do you reckon?
I reckon it's about time.
Big Master, Dragon.
Eagle approach, contact visual 1-2, Shepard started, landing 55.
760, 4 miles, thanks.
Hey, Brian Bruce is here. G'day, Brian. How are you, my buddy? And he's gone ahead and he's gifted 5 SydSquad memberships. Oh, look out. The ones that I can pick up are Ross Huntington, Silver Smith, Scooby, and Kevin Newbury and Paul Shilvers. Well, congrats to you guys. And anybody that goes ahead and gifts memberships today will get themselves a free 1-month membership up there into the Uluru Lodge for SydSquad. And that'll give you access to all the emojis there in the chat, so you can go and paint the chat, as we always say. And the other cool thing is that you also get access to the members-only live shows from time to time here on the SydSquad live show. And if you love Sydney Airport, then tuning into SydSquad is the best thing for you. And we've got you covered there with all of the activity in and around Sydney Airport as the regular live streamers down under here at Sydney Airport. And that is where, you know, if you go back and flick through our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see our regular shows and know exactly what we're all about here at SydSquad. And I will welcome one and all here today, regular viewers and new viewers alike. Don't forget to consider subscribing to the channel if it's something you've enjoyed watching so far, or perhaps going in and watching some of the other videos that we've got on display there. And make sure that you hit that notification bell button so that you're across all the details about when we go live next. But here we go, KC30 time. Check this out. Look at your cameras, look at your TV screens right now. This is absolutely bonkers. And then we go blurry. Couldn't have timed that better. How's your camera work today, son? Wow. Alrighty, here we go. The heavily modified A330.
200.
Yes. That people were giving us a sniff might come into Sydney the other day. You got to be kidding. Wow, how's the bank angle on that?
That's pretty special. That you don't see that very often. Not hanging around, that's for sure.
Yeah, just the one pass and he's out the door. Thanks for coming.
Tower Dragon, Stockton Bridge, 1,500.
Wow, there we go. Spinning back around, Dougie.
Oh. Not paying attention.
Oh, happy days, happy days. Well, yeah, a bit of a shame about that. Just the one fly past there, but that's all right. We'll have to catch him on the second show.
Hey, can't complain. Saying something different to the normal, especially from Sydney.
The Endingo show is here as well. There you go, the Endingo show. Kempy's here. Silver Smith, g'day guys. Roger's here. G'day Roger. Blick Fang is here. Will I am. It's lovely to have all of your company, and appreciate you guys hanging out with us here today at SydSquad. And wow, this is part one of today's live air show that we've got coverage for today on the SydSquad live show. We'll have part two coming up at 1:30 p.m. local time, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So if anybody's curious to know what time that is, then you can Google that. Right now, we're hanging out for the AP3C Orion, which is due in any minute. And local time now is 12:01. And we are on our way to the top of this segment of the air show, and it's going to be topped up by the F-18 Super Hornet and the EA-18 Growler, and they're going to finalise things for us here on the first show today, and we just can't wait. Did just want to take this opportunity to say hello to everybody and welcome everybody to the show, and yeah, it's been an absolute blast here this morning. A little bit of an unexpected show. Not really sure, obviously there hasn't been a lot of information about, where they're flying and sort of what manoeuvres they're doing.
And the exact timings of all things. It's just a general block, and they've given us the general order.
So we're kind of running a little bit ad hoc today, kind of just like you, waiting to see what's next and where it's coming from and where it's going to display our things, its things here. So you'll have to excuse me regarding the camera work today, because it's all a bit of an ad hoc on the go kind of thing, but it doesn't matter. We're just out here having a bit of fun. See, as you can see now, no idea, but there it is, and it's time to go back to the action. What can you tell us about this, Dougie?
Well, it's the AP3C Orion. As you can see, it's already done one of its party tricks. It's shut off one of its outboard engines, and it's still running on 300s, which you can do quite comfortably.
Yeah, it's good pickup there, Doug. That's that's what happens at Sydney Airport with our dashies. Yeah, they
on the taxi in.
Yeah, on the taxi in, they switch off one of the engines and just taxi in on the starboard side. So yeah, we know what this is all about. We've seen this before. Look at that.
Cannon 2 strangled my 3.
Over the radio there, hearing cannon. That's the call sign for the Super Hornet, so we might be seeing them quite soon.
Friday hold 5,000 cannon request, the block 3 to 5,000. Friday hold 3 to 5,000 cannon. Cannon will fit.
Yeah, only 2 of them left in Australia at the moment. We've begun retiring them a couple of years ago and replacing them with the P8 that we saw before. We got one left at Edinburgh and one at the Historic Aviation Restoration Museum down at Albion Park.
Haas in Albion Park, yeah. The home of the sneaky burger.
Love a sneaky burger.
I need Steve Where's Catering to come in and give me some grief there in the chat. Tell you what, a burger would be nice for lunch.
report in Tower, Canada.
With Foxtrot, not flying on runway 12, will go velocity 1102.
Get that over the cargo ship there, that's beautiful.
What's the 1102 visual? Clear approach, Tower 183, off the 1102.
Thought he was definitely positioning there to do a loop, but yeah, I didn't see it coming. And this now here, positioning for a barrel roll. We can dream.
Oh, you can always hope.
I think it's the first we've actually heard it.
Yeah, it's rather quiet actually.
And back to the airport she goes. Spin it around. Back to the home ground.
Top her up, ready for this afternoon.
Yeah, well, we're getting close now, mate. We are absolutely getting close now. It's got to be said that the top of the show is, well, 15 minutes left, or 17 minutes left, to be honest. And then we're going to see the end of the show. Right now, we've got... we've got the F-A18 Super Hornet and the EA18G Growler coming in, and they'll be here any minute. Don't go anywhere.
Cannon pushing.
Coming now over the baths.
Yep, have just caught sight of them there.
Two-ship.
They will, yeah, two-ship inbound. They'll be coming to join us nice and fast. So, ladies and gentlemen, turn it up. Get ready for this one. It's going to be an absolute pearler. Not far away.
Kick the tyres and light the fires.
Oh, look out. He's being taught well. Good old Dougie. He knows what's going on here at SydSquad. Yeah. All right, it's 12:15. And this is the last show to come. Well, let's enjoy it, eh? And then part 2. So make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be kicking off at 1:30. So just in over an hour's time from now, and we'll do it all again.
But with Matt Hall.
Here we go.
It's a very similar looking high-speed entry to the Gold Coast.
312. Down page 273, standing off the river, it's very short.
Got the other one as well.
Still coming back. We'll make an entrance from Show South. We'll see.
What an incredible display that was.
Absolute magic. Oh, Has just got the shivers going since the Gold Coast, which was just fantastic. Right, so what do you reckon's going on now, Doug? You reckon they're joining here as a pair again and doing a bit of a fly pass? What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon. So I was hearing on the radio before they were looking for a rejoin. So Cannon 1-2 was looking to rejoin on the lead, which was doing the display.
I can see the two of them now sort of going
back over towards Redhead.
Hard for the camera to pick up because they're Miles Harrison's away. Who's actually not here enjoying the show today. He's busy doing some flood relief work, which is right up SydSquad's alley in relation to helping out the community, and that is just magic. So, but big shout out there to Miles Harrison, who's a wonderful supporter of the SydSquad fan bam. I'll tell you what, he's part of the furniture. He's part of the furniture here.
He's as old as the walls.
He's as old as the walls, eh? I won't tell him you said that. All right, so anticipating a flyby from the south, and let's keep our eyes peeled, and we'll see what's coming our way.
Seems to be a lot of heads on the up at Fort Scratchy looking down the coast.
Yeah, they're all looking south, and it looks like they've got the best view at the moment. There we go.
Expect them to do a bit of a turnaround here and then shoot up the harbour in what we call trail formation, where the number 2 follows the lead and just goes where they go.
Oh, and just like that, they're out the door. Just like that, they're out the door. Wow. I'll tell you what, these guys up there on the hill, they certainly had the right idea, didn't they? Oh. Oh, Dougie, mate, how are you, buddy? Did you enjoy that one? Oh, you're on mute there.
Yeah, there
you
we
good?
go. We're back. Yeah, good. That was a great display.
Great display. We're going to come up again. Oh, look how I got on me fans. Yeah, come on in. Hey. Apparently these are all the kids from school that always watch in on SydSquad.
Oh,
give the camera a big wave.
Skipping class. I can see where you're.
These guys keeping us company here today on the at the beach here at Nobbys Beach. Lovely to have your company. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Bit louder. Bit louder. Did you enjoy that? Yeah, there we go.
That's more energy.
Boys and girls. Well, I tell you what, we've had an absolute blast here. Part 1 of the air show is done here at Newcastle at Nobbys Beach. We'll be back again in 1 hour's time at 1:30. So don't go anywhere, or perhaps if you do, go to the fridge or go to the cupboard, pick yourself out some food, go grab some lunch, whatever it is. But Dougie, are you hanging around for part 2?
Yeah, I'll be here for this afternoon show as well.
There you go. So you got Kurt and Dougie, and then all the kids here. They're going to be hanging out as well for part 2 as well. well. We can't wait to see your company. I did just want to say a special thanks for everybody that has tuned into the live show today so far. Really appreciate your company, and everybody that's dropping in membership renewals and super chats and things like that. Although we can't show them on today's light version of SydSquad, we'll be back with a fully featured show next week where we'll be able to celebrate all those wonderful things again. But fear not, I always go back into the chat and read them and catch up. So don't worry, I'll go and read them all and I'll see them. But Dougie, what's your sum up from this morning's show?
Yeah, pretty good. I can't wait for this afternoon. Yeah, with slight change with Matt Hall in the mix.
Yes,
but yeah.
so that's it. Don't forget about that. Matt Hall is starting the show at 1:30 today, so that's a little bit of a difference for part 1 to part 2. So that'll be exciting. So very similar to what we saw up there on the Gold Coast back in August. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see that myself. Love a bit of Matt Hall action. But I don't think there's too much else to say from us down here at Nobbys Beach and the SydSquad Fan Bam. We're going to give one more wave to the big camera and then we are out the doors. But don't go anywhere. You've got 1 hour to be back because we're going to be tuning in for part 2 of the Newcastle Williamtown 2023 Airshow here, brought to you live by SydSquad. My name is Kurt and
I'm Dougie.
And we are the SydSquad Fan Bam today, and we can't wait to see you in 1 hour's time. So that's it from us from now, and but don't go anywhere. We'll catch you all in just a moment.
I'll check left in the eyes.